there are 3 things that need to come together for you to be a happy founder. So those 3 things are, welcome to Jigsaw Hotseat, where we coach founders live. So it's not just them learning, it's you too. Today, I want us to focus on 2 types of goals.
Okay.
So the first goal that we're going to focus on is we're going to have one part of our goals, which is you being a happy founder.
Right.
Because I have seen this way too often where people go that to begin with, I have to sacrifice and I have to go into the burning building and be the firefighter, and someday, one day, I'll earn the rest.
Right.
And I don't think that type of thinking is very valuable, because more often than not, you end up burning out along the journey, and then you don't really get to any of your goals anyway. And the second side of things that we're going to focus on is how to build a healthy business.
Okay.
Because the goal is not to build a shooting star that eventually fades away, or you don't want to run so fast that suddenly you're running off a cliff.
Right.
You want to build a healthy business, and we're going to understand the components of each of these.
Okay.
And then we're going to set goals for each of these.
Okay.
And that should give us clarity on a lot of other stuff.
Okay.
So let's start with happy founder.
Okay.
So to be a happy founder, I've come to the realization after working with having lots of conversations and honestly also reflecting on my own journey as a founder, that there are 3 things that need to come together for you to be a happy founder. So those 3 things are, first up, we need to have lifestyle freedom.
Yes.
Right? So that you can build the type of lifestyle that you actually want and you want to sustain. The second thing we need to ensure we're doing is we need to have creative freedom, where you're actually enjoying the process because you likely got into freelancing and building a studio because you enjoy what you do. And the final part, of course, is that you want to be financially rewarded for all of the effort and all of the risk that you are taking on. Right? And happy founders live somewhere here.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying you will always be in this beautiful zone where everything is working out perfectly, but this intention has to be set from the very beginning that we want to make these things happen.
Yes.
Please don't ever let anyone tell you that you have to spend your time, do your time before you have these type of goals.
Okay.
Because that's bullshit. Okay. It's your journey. You get to decide how you want to go for it. So these 3 areas, I want us to set specific goals.
Okay.
So with lifestyle freedom, a very simple way to think about your goals is firstly on a weekly basis.
Okay.
So I want you to think about what is one non-negotiable for you on a weekly basis that would signal to you that you are enjoying the life you are building for yourselves.
I think me time.
Okay. So me time. And can you give me a little bit more, try and quantify it a little bit. So when you say enough me time, what does that look like on a weekly basis?
1 or 1.5 hours every day to sit and sort of think through, process, plan, or just, do nothing and...
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I know you say me time. I call this founder time.
Okay.
Because I think basically
That's true.
This time is for you as a founder to do whatever you want that will get you recharged and ready to...
Yeah, that's very true. That's what I do in that.
Yeah. And if you call it me time, what tends to happen is you start to negotiate with yourself on me time because you tend to put yourself last.
Right.
When you call it founder time, you remind yourself that your core role is a founder and this is time for you to help you and your business. Right? So
I agree with that.
Call it, founder time, me time, whatever it is that you'll actually sort of stay committed to. Okay, so that's the weekly goal.
Yeah.
Now, the second type of lifestyle goal I want you to think about is a little bit more long-term. Now, long-term for you could be 3 months, 6 months, 3 years, 5 years. It doesn't really matter.
I would say maybe in 6 months' time, I want to put systems in place.
Okay.
So that, the whole office can function on its own without me constantly being there as a founder.
Okay, so I'm going to push you a little bit.
Yeah.
So when you say without you constantly being there, what is something that will signal to you that you are not required day to day? Is it, for example, taking a week off? Is it not being there for one half of the week and knowing that still get the job done? What is a quantifiable thing that we can point to and say, yes, it happened? Because goals need to be black and white so that you can say, did I achieve this or not, and give yourself that.
So then if I want to go on a holiday or a vacation for about 10 days, I should be able to do that without worrying about...
Great. Now let's move to creative goals. So on the creative goals side, again, 2 types of goals. I'll explain both and then you can have a think about them. The first one is channeling your creative energy. And so that can sometimes show up in the form of the type of clients you want to work with, the type of projects you want to do. Sometimes this is stuff I do not want to do, right? So you can call out this stuff I don't want to get involved in. So that's one type of creative goal. The second type of creative goal is, what role do you want to play within your business? Because at different points in time, you need to be either CEO or the chief designer or chief follow-up officer or accountant. What's the role you actually want for yourself? Now, you can have both of these goals. You can just have one of these goals, but I want some clarity on the creative channeling of your energy and your role itself. Where do you want to be?
Although being the founder, I enjoy creative side of it a lot.
Sure.
So I want to be able to manage both, I would say, put systems in place and still be able to do the creative work.
Okay.
So that would be my...
Okay. And so again, like with lifestyle, I need to push you to try and make it a little bit more tangible. So what is a result that you would get, or what is a signal that would tell you, hey, I do have time to enjoy the creative aspect of the role as well?
If I have people managing the business side of it.
Got it. Okay. So I think this is a debate I want to get into at some point. And maybe now is a good time to have a conversation.
Okay.
I think it's important for us to realize that at different stages of the business, your role will evolve.
Okay.
The typical life cycle of a creative business owner is you start with, hey, I am the creative. I'm banking on my skill.
Yeah.
My skill gets me a few projects, etc.
Yeah.
And you're 100% a creative, and you then suddenly realize, wait, I need to do invoicing, because I've got this client on board and I need to do stuff. So you start to become 80% creative and 20% CEO.
Right.
Okay? Then you go through stuff. Again, it suddenly becomes 50-50. And this is typically where most creative business owners have a decision to make.
Right.
Okay? The decision at this point is, do I want to lean into being the creative? Do I want to lean into being the CEO? Different folks enjoy different things more.
I think now when you're putting this in place, I feel maybe the CEO.
Okay, so you want to enjoy and lean into being the CEO? Okay. And so that's where I would typically say the cycle eventually goes to most people, and there's branches. Most people pick 80-20 one way or the other.
Okay.
Where you don't want to be is just stuck here the whole time.
Right.
Because this is filled with doubt, lots of FOMO. When you're doing the creative stuff, you're thinking about the CEO stuff. When you're doing the CEO stuff, creative stuff. So what you don't want is to be stuck here for too long, because there's a lot of mental energy that gets lost.
Right.
You want to sort of lean into stuff one way or the other. Now, most people, what they do is they do the CEO stuff, they build the business to where it needs to go, and then they go, now I just want to enjoy. And so the eventual goal, typically for most creative entrepreneurs, is I'm going to now hire effectively a CEO, and I'm going to go back to being the creative strategist of this whole thing. So this cycle is something worth being aware of, and where you are in the cycle, because it's a journey that most creative entrepreneurs go through. It's not the most enjoyable journey in the world, because you actively have to say, I am not doing the thing I started out to do. But it's better to be aware of this than sort of be unaware.
Got it.
So now, knowing this cycle, I want to go back to understanding what is your creative goal for the next, let's say, 12 months. What role do you want for yourself? Or is your goal more about what clients and projects you don't want to spend your creative energy on?
I would maybe focus on picking the clients who I enjoy working with.
Okay. And can you give me an example of?
Like somebody who's willing to trust me with the design, with the design. and who's willing to experiment and explore.
Great. And I'm going to just add one more that I would prescribe to all creative entrepreneurs is also a client who understands what you are worth and rewards you accordingly. I think that's really important because what we don't want is clients who trust you, happy to experiment, and then you have to follow up for payments 80% of that. We don't want to be in that. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of clarity on our creative world for the next 12 months as well. And so now we come to the financial side of things. Okay, now this conversation, we can go around the bush as much as we want, but what really matters here is for you to put down what is the number that you want to be personally rewarded with from the business. So I'm not talking about the business goals over here, I'm talking about you being selfish as a founder and saying this is how I want to be rewarded from the business to make it worthwhile for me to spend the next year again trying to grow the business, right? And over here, there are different ways to do it. You can either say, I want this amount monthly. You could say that I want this over the course of the year, depending on if your business currently is a little bit inconsistent. So balancing where your business is and what your personal constraints are and financial goals are, we should end up here with a number.
I would say 1 lakh a month.
Yeah. If we want to get to 1 lakh a month, to make it specific, we should put a timeline to say that from this point onwards, the business should be rewarding us with 1 lakh a month.
Okay. Maybe I can say 6 months from now.
Okay. So now what this does is you have clear goals about what will help you be a happy founder. And that's really crucial because the happy founder fuels the healthy business. So you are the most valuable asset to your business. If you don't take care of yourself, this business has no chance. Right? So that's why we've sort of set these goals first. Are you okay to move on to the healthy business side of things?
Sure.
Okay.